Hey, so I'm going to go over a couple problems on week 27 and week 28, possibly week 29 on this video. So we've gone over multiple of them in class, or majority of them in class. Well, maybe just the fives. I don't remember. But we're going to do some right now. So we have 88% of means to multiply 33. And remember, when we are multiplying a percent, we actually need it to be a decimal. So we have 0.88 times 33. If we were to type that in our calculator, 88 times 33, get 2904, which would be our answer. Don't forget your dollar sign. The next one I'm going to go over is on Tuesday, number 3. What is the GCF? Remember, this was a question you could have Googled, but we'll go over it over this video. GCF is greatest common factor. Factors are numbers you multiply to get to it. So for 2, the numbers we can do 1 times 2. Greatest factors for 3, we have 1 times 3. And for 7, we have 1 times 7. The only number that all 3 of these have in common is the number 1. So that would be our greatest common factor, would be 1. The next one we're going to do is Tuesday number 5, which I don't know that we did this one as a class or not, but we'll do it now. Emma weighed 6 pounds, 9 ounces when she was born. If her weight doubled by 6 months, how much did she weigh then? Double means to multiply by 2. So we're going to have 6 pounds. We have 9 ounces. Well, we're going to do 9 times 2 and 6 times 2. So 9 times 2 is 18. And 6 times 2 is 12. However, there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. So we're going to add 1 pound over here. We're going to take 16 ounces away. So we get 13 pounds. And 18 minus 16 is 2. 2 ounces. The next one on week 27. I don't have any circled. Let me look over. I think that is the only one. Remember, this is a calculator. Thursday number 2 is a calculator where you type in 3672 divided by 72. Total time means to add all your times. You'd add them all up. That goes right here. And then average means you add them all up. So this number divided by how many there are, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this number divided by 5 gives your answer there, there wasn't a question on that one, but that's okay. The next problem I'm going to go over is week 28. However, I do not have a copy of it, so I'm on my own sheet of paper, but it's Tuesday, number 5. So week 28, Tuesday 5. Dirk has 2 pet mice. Among other things, he feeds them half a cup of dry pellets every week. So half cup per week. How much dry food will he need for a year? 1 year equals 52 weeks. So we need to do 1/2 times 52. If we get our calculator, remember a half, if you don't have the ABC button for a fraction, half is equal to 0.5. If you have half of $1, you have 50 cents, which looks like that. So half times 52, 26. So our answer is 26 cups. The next one we're going to go over is Thursday. I think it's number 4. Thursday 4, yep. And it says 1 to the power of 3. Well, remember, when we have an exponent, which we haven't dealt a lot with, we have our base, which is the number we're writing, and we have our exponent, which is how many times we write it. So we'd have 1 times 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is 1 times 1 is 1. So our answer would be 1. The next one I'm going to go ahead and do week 29 with this video. So it will be a little longer, but I'll just get it all done in one. Which I don't think we had a chance to go over any of the problems on this. So I will probably do a majority of them. I won't give answers, but I'll write out how to solve the problem. So for Monday number 1, we have 3 to the power of 4, which would be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. We have the number 3 as our base, and we wrote it 4 times. Type it in your calculator and solve it. This next one's a little bit harder because we have 3 fractions that we need to add. My recommendation is to turn them all into mixed numbers or a fraction greater than 1. So we're going to do this one first. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So we have 7 halves. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 is 17. And then we have 3/5. Now we need to get common denominators. To do that, we need to find out what their multiples are. And I know that they all go into 20 because 4 times 5 is 20. So we're going to have 2 times 10 because that equals 20. So we have 70 over 20 plus, I know 4 times 5 is 20. What is 17 times 5? 17 times 5, 85. Plus, and then this one I'm going to multiply by 4 because 5 times 4 is 20. I need all of these to have a denominator of 20. And 3 times 4 is 12. Now you need to add them all up, and your answer will be a large number over 20. This next one, it's solving equations, which we were just doing. I'm going to rewrite it so it looks more like what we had been doing. Okay, your first step is to get rid of your 8 on each side, leaving us with x divided by 5 equals 7. The opposite of dividing by 5 is to multiply by 5, which leaves us with x equals, and then your answer. Write 6,400,006 and 6/10 in standard notation. So and means a decimal. So let's start with million. So there's my 100, 1,000, million. So I have 6,400,006 and 6/10. The pirate captain ordered his men to dig for treasure. 6 men dug in equal shifts, totaling 3.5 hours. How long was each shift? Dug in equal shifts, so that means we're going to divide because they need equal pieces. So we're going to have 3.5 hours because a half is 0.5 divided by 6. And that's going to give you a decimal and your label. Divide it, solve it. Tuesday. This one you can put in your calculator However, I would suggest converting this. So we have 2 7s. I'm rewriting it. And then 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 7. And you can also multiply straight across. Number 3, Patrick left his home at 4 p.m. on Sunday. He arrived back home 36 hours later. What day and time was it? I think you guys can do that one. You're going to just count out your hours starting at 4. 24 hours after 4 would be Monday, 4 p.m. And then keep going 12 more hours. This one I believe we crossed off. Wednesday. Number 3, greatest common factor. So multiples of that. So 15. We have 1 times 15. And we have 3 times 5. For 33, we have 1 times 33 and 3 times 11. For 54, we have 1 times 54, 2 times 27, I think. Let me double check. Times 27. Yes. I don't know about a 3. 54 divided by 3. 3 times 18. Circle the number that they all have in common. Number 4, what is the measure of the third angle of a triangle if the first 2 angles measure 45? So remember, a triangle has 3 angles. So we have 45 plus 45 plus something equals 180. Solve for that something. You're going to end up having to subtract your 45 and your 45. Greg wants to divide 2.5 pound block of cheese into 4 equal pieces. How much will each piece weigh? Well, we have the word right there, divide. So 2.5 divided by 4 will give you your answer. Alrighty, Thursday. Add a sign. That means you add one sign and you just have to figure out what it is. So it's a lot of guess and check. I'm going to start with, don't think it's adding. It's not minus because this is smaller than this. Not add, not minus, multiply. Maybe right here. So 658 times 12. Yep. And the last one for this video, if 20%, I'm going to go ahead and write that up here, of the students play in the band, and the band has 40 members, how many students are there? So this is the part, and we want to find the whole. So we are going to, I think it's percent, so 20% as a decimal, 0.2 divided by 40. Nope, I'm wrong. Let's do it on a double number line because I know how to do that. So we have 40 students, and that equals 20%. We need to find 100% of the students. So that means we're going to do 20 times 5, because that equals 100. So you're going to do 40 times 5, and that will give you your answer. Sorry this video was so long, but there are 3 weeks worth of videos in 3 weeks of homework in this video.